I am back to read the first section of this chapter in our social studies book. Remember, we are trying to figure out the main idea for this section. In order to do that, you can listen to me read it. Then you can go back and reread it. I will be uploading pictures of the pages for each section of the chapter. And in order to get the main idea, we need to use details from the text. So again, you could go back and listen to this video again for each section of the chapter, or you can look at the pages that I post for this chapter and each section. But our main goal is to figure out the main idea there are two sections in this chapter. This first one is people have rights. So I'm going to show you the page first, then I'll read it, then I'll show you the next page and read that. So here's what the first page looks like. If you want to pause it, now would be a good time for you to read it yourself. This is the vocabulary that we went over in the first video. I covered up the main idea for this section because that is what you will be figuring out. But I'm going to start reading this page and then I will go on to this page. So again, you could take the time, pause the video here, read it yourself. You could listen to me read it, but we are trying to figure out the main idea for this section called People Have Rights. Building on what we know, you may have responsibilities at home, such as taking out the trash. Your work helps other people in your family. People also have responsibilities as citizens in a democracy. Most countries have a government. A government is a system of making and carrying out rules and laws. The United States has a form of government called a democracy. A democracy is a system in which citizens hold the power to govern. The people decide who will lead them and what the government will do. So this is text feature. This is a picture here with the caption. It's called Speaking Out. And it says, even before young people can vote, they can express their opinions to political leaders. Another text feature is this table. It is a rights and responsibilities to citizens. So it goes over what the different rights are, and our responsibilities for that. So a right that we may have is that we can say what we think. Our responsibility for that right is that we need to speak truthfully. Another right that we have is to be able to vote for leaders. Our responsibility is to vote for leaders. Another right is protection by laws. We have a responsibility to obey the law, but also we can change it if it would be more beneficial to our society. Another right is that we have the right to a trial by jury. What that means is that if someone is accused of a crime, they have a right to a trial. So the jury can deliberate and try to figure out, does this person really owe time? Did they commit a crime? That kind of thing. So we have the right for a trial, but our responsibility is that we also need to be able to serve on a jury. Another right that we have is we are able to practice religion. The responsibility that comes with that is that we need to respect other people's right to practice their religion. So everyone has the right to practice their own religion. Our responsibility is to respect that for religions, even if we don't practice those. So there are two kinds of duties. The Constitution guarantees the rights of citizens of the United States, and citizens also have responsibilities to their country and other citizens. The role of government. The founders of the United States wanted a government that would guarantee freedom, liberty, and justice for all citizens. They wrote the Constitution of the United States in 1787 to protect these democratic ideals. The Constitution describes the structure of government for our country. An important role of government is to work for the common good. The common good refers to things that are good for people in a community, state, or nation. The government works for the common good by creating laws that make the United States a better place for all citizens to live. Rules and laws have many purposes. They keep order by making sure that citizens behave. Some laws require businesses to operate in a way that is safe and fair. Other laws help people handle disagreements. Citizens' rights. Rules and laws also protect citizens' rights. A right is a freedom that each citizen has. A special part of the Constitution, known as the Bill of Rights, protects the basic freedoms of United States citizens. The Bill of Rights gives people the right to state their opinions. They are free to disagree with their government. Citizens can also print their opinions so that others can read them. They can gather in groups and ask for changes in the government. People have the right to practice a religion freely too. Rights such as these help keep the United States a free country. So that was this section. People have rights. There's going to be a text box within Canvas that you can post the main idea for this section and the next section. So now is your time to go back and reread or re-listen and try to figure out the main idea with supporting details for this section of the text.